We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
You have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning show. The things that happen, we will not air the things that we talk about before the camera turns on. Edition of the show. No, welcome, everyone. Happy Friday. Good morning, Marlon. Thank you for tuning in. We greatly appreciate you. And it is your TGIF edition of the morning show here in December, where we have a couple of weeks left until Christmas.
I know that's kind of crazy.
Can you believe it?
No.
You know, I'm never one to like wish for cold weather, but I'm just going to say it's about time for it to not be 60 and raining.
Right.
Like I was driving the other day, I'm like, this is so not the Christmas spirit. Like, you know, the weather, and it just doesn't
We need to
put
go
you
back
in the
to
mood.
a couple of years ago when we had snow on Christmas.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Crazy snow.
Yeah, we're from
Christmas
the South.
Eve.
I've never seen snow on Christmas until that time. So that was from.
Listen,
pretty
I'm
awesome.
from here, and I've never seen snow on
Oh,
Christmas
wow,
like that until that. It was like picture perfect.
Yes, it
What was
was,
it, 2
yeah.
years ago, something like
Yeah,
that?
something like that. 2020.
Was it 2020?
Y'all needed a white Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah, we were all home and yeah, I remember that. Anyway, welcome to the show. Pastor Bucky is here. We're going to talk about some really cool things that you have coming up this weekend.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. We got breakfast with Santa this weekend. It's an awesome thing. Santa Claus is going to be at our church. Free pictures with Santa Claus.
How
so
did you do that?
We have. He's been a part of this. We've done this quite a bit of times, and he just loves to show up in Oak Hill and let kids take pictures with him.
I don't understand this, how we get Santa so much in our area.
I know.
Like, he must love the hills of Southern Ohio.
He was trying to be here today, and it just didn't work out. So
okay.
But we were
okay.
excited. He will be there tomorrow, though. So. It's awesome. That's my little boy right there. Looking at him, he was mesmerized at the time. It's an awesome thing. We have a whole room dedicated to the North Pole, and so when you walk in, it's a full experience. You get to.
So Santa feels at home.
Yeah, he feels
while
at
he's
home.
there. Yeah,
and so you can write a letter to Santa. Right there, put it in the mailbox that goes directly to the North Pole.
That is awesome.
And so it's a pretty neat experience for kids that want to show up for that. So
very, very good. And well, your little boy's here today.
Yeah.
He's
Joel.
being a little shy.
Yeah, you gonna come be on TV? No, okay. Well, just
You
let
can
him.
come over. You want to come over and say hi to everybody? Come on.
Come on, bring your
Good
stuff.
job. What do you have there?
What is that? Here, let's put this down. Talk right here in this microphone. Tell her what you got. What is this?
A stuffed animal.
A stuffed animal.
It's a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
What's it have on it? What's he wearing?
Say his.
He's wearing an orange shirt.
It's a Tennessee.
From Tennessee?
It's a Tennessee dog that he got when he was born, and it does his grandpa proud because that's his granddad is a big Tennessee fan.
Aha.
Because that's where we are from. So
Very good. Who's on your shirt?
Spider-Man.
Do you like Spider-Man?
Yeah.
He's pretty cool, isn't he?
He can shoot webs.
He can shoot webs.
And he can climb walls.
Isn't that the coolest thing ever?
Yeah.
Do you wish you could do that? Can you imagine if you could shoot webs and swing around and climb walls?
No.
I'm afraid of heights, so that would be bad for me. So did you get to meet Santa last year, and you're going to meet Santa tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you going to ask for something special?
What do you want from Santa Claus? You don't know? Okay.
It's a big racetrack.
A big racetrack with like cars that go around it?
Yeah, like
Cool.
Awesome.
Very good. I'll bet you that Santa will try to do that for you. That sounds like something up his wheelhouse.
You think
sure.
so? You think Santa Claus will bring you a racetrack?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I don't think you said what your name is.
What's your name?
Joel.
Joel.
Joel. And how old are you, Joel?
4.
4. Well, it is so nice to meet you, and thank you for spending your morning with us. And Joel, when he heard he was going to be on TV, he thought he was going to the movies, so he's a little disappointed that he's stuck with us this morning.
He kept saying, let's go to the movies. And when
I walk in, he goes, I want to go to the movies.
we pulled into the parking lot, and he said, this is not the movies. So, yeah.
Well, there you go. Out of the mouths of babes, right?
Yeah. And another thing that we got going on tomorrow, too, is we do a thing called the Great Giveaway that coincides with Santa Claus. And it's, if you look up on all the pictures, this is all stuff this is in our gym right now. That's today's picture. All this stuff is free. You can come in and you can just pick out whatever you want, take as much as you want.
What?
Yeah. And and that's not all. We still got people that still are telling us that they're bringing more stuff today. I think we're bringing more stuff today, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So and there's men's clothes, there's women's clothes, there's children's clothes, there's toys, there's holiday decorations, there's books, there's bedding, there's all kinds of stuff that there is there. And we started doing this. Before I got here, I've been here for 5 years. They were doing this about once every 3 or 4 years. We've decided we're going to do it every year. And
Good for you.
And so instead of donating to Goodwill, our people in our church, people in our community, we're not the only ones that are doing this in our community. There's a couple other churches doing this too. But
wonderful.
But in the atmosphere of what's going on in the world, money is very tight.
Yes, it is.
And so I've heard people saying, I don't know what I'm going to put under the tree. Well, you saw all the toys that were there. I mean, in this day and age, if you can get something and put it under the tree. I mean, it'll light your kids. They don't know.
No, correct.
Yeah, and so
absolutely.
And it's an awesome thing. And we got some people that donate. They're not just donating Walmart clothes, they're donating Under Armour, they're donating Nike, they're donating all kinds of stuff, name brand stuff. So it's not like you feel like it's a real hand-me-down or whatever. And don't let pride get in the way of if you need something. And so I mean, because we all, everybody's been there. Everybody's been to the point where I need something, and I know what it's like to be afraid to ask or afraid to. Because you feel like I shouldn't have to do this. We know you shouldn't have to, but
it is what it is, but that's why we live where we live, because people are awesome and people are giving and they care, and we try to lift each other up in our communities.
Right, and it's awesome. And so, so what you can do tomorrow, a list of things. You can come get breakfast. Breakfast is free.
Okay.
You can come take a picture with Santa Claus for free. We're not going to charge you anything. What? And then you can go into the gym. See, we got all the people lined up. And
look at you.
And so it's a pretty awesome thing. Everything is, you walk out with everything, not having to pay anything. Are you coming back over here? Okay. He is a spotlight hog. He loves attention.
Hey, then he should hang out here more often.
But that's what's going on. And we have, Spark has decided, hold on, don't touch anything. Spark has decided to donate. I think they're donating board games and stuff. And it's going to be.
Some of them are here.
Yeah. And so if she wants to come on over, we can talk about what she's doing too. I thought that we we just met today. She works with a lady that's in our church and
Yeah.
heard what we were doing.
Slide on over and we can
And-
all chat. This will be fun.
And so yeah, this is this
We'll
was
get
pretty
your
awesome.
microphone all set
She,
up here.
Thank you.
They said she was going to donate board games to families that come in.
Yeah.
And this is awesome. This is an awesome thing. This was unexpected as of like Wednesday.
Yeah, so
and,
thank you.
And so thank you for being a part of this. Tell us what you're going to do for us there.
So what we're going to do is we had Jackson County Spark, the ADAMH Board, and our other community coalitions that are participating in the Talk They Hear You campaign.
Which is the commercial that you see at the beginning of our program.
right.
Yes.
So basically, it's addressing alcohol and other underage drinking, substance use with youth.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that we had been thinking about is like, how do we get this information out to parents and encourage them to have these conversations? It's hard to have a conversation with your kids, and so
those fun conversations.
conversations
that we know have to be done, but
and
nobody knows how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what we had come up with, and we had realized like family game night is the perfect way to do that, to incorporate a little bit of that conversation. So it's, just having those frequently, it doesn't have to be an in-depth thing, but just, having that conversation. But, underage drinking, it's, that not appropriate. It's not something
Right.
that I would want to see or something like that. But again, the nice thing is Sam says, talk, they hear you.
Yeah.
When you go to their website, they give you the tools. They show you the information and tips. There's even an app.
So I was listening to you on the radio on the way in, and you were talking about that app, because here's the deal. There are parents and kids that have relationships where they talk about everything, and that's great. If you have that relationship, cool. And then there are parents that want to be their kid's best friend, and they're not going to talk about that stuff because, they don't want to be a parent. Or there's parents that are like, I am not even gonna, I have no idea how to discuss this with my kid. We're just gonna stick our head in the sand and pretend like it doesn't happen or it's not a thing.
Yeah. And so they have this app that actually will give you if they have simulations or something like that. So you could actually test drive, that conversation beforehand. And another thing that they have a podcast that is for parents that they feature as well. So there's a lot of
Love
tools
that.
that SAMHSA has out there to help parents to have these conversations.
Where do they find these tools?
So they can go to www.talktheyhearyou.samhsa.gov.
Okay. Or just Google Talk They Hear You.
Or Google Talk They Hear You. Or, I believe we also have the link on the ADAMH Board website, gjmboard.org. You can go to our Facebook pages. You can even find them on Facebook, Talk They Hear You. Or it'll be SAMHSA. I'm not sure. But I do know that you can, it's very searchable.
You'll find it.
You'll find it. You'll find it.
So let's back up for a minute and talk about how, you two actually just met today, but are kind of working together on the project that you were just talking about.
Right. Well, we
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
we love, the first question we were asked was how many families that come through our Breakfast with Santa. I had never thought of it in the ways of families.
Mm-hmm.
We just, because there are so many broken families now that and families look a lot different nowadays.
Sure.
And so it's hard to judge that, but I appreciated the question because we promote family and we want your kids to get pictures taken with Santa. We want that special moment in your family. And I remember my parents taking, you always got that one Santa Claus picture where the little kid's crying and screaming and all that.
You have to have that picture.
But that's a great family memory.
Yes.
And I think it's awesome that we do these things, that we promote family night, we promote game night. My kids love Monopoly. And my wife and I are just like, please pick some other game.
We do want this to end this evening.
Yeah, we want to be done before. We only want to play for about 30 minutes. We don't. And so
How about
it's
some Candyland?
yeah. And so
I wish we had that.
you wish we had the basketball game. Okay. But yeah, it's awesome. Just like this, I love the fact that he's here, even though he's a distraction or whatever.
It's wonderful.
He'll remember this the rest of his life. I got to be on TV with my dad.
Yeah.
And so that's just things that we want to promote. We appreciate the fact that there are other organizations out there other than just church things that are wanting to promote that too and wanting to connect with faith-based, because they know that if you look at the statistics in family, if a man's in the house, the probability of success for your children is extremely high. Just because when you have that stability of a man and a wife and the nuclear family and all that promotes success, that promotes stability, that promotes all those things. And the numbers just prove that that's there. And I love the fact that there are organizations that are recognizing that. And so,
and as you said, I think it's very interesting and good that you pointed out the fact that families look different now, and families can be anything. I love when you see the family and you don't know who's who and what's what, but they're all just a family and they love each other. And, it could be cousins and, a lot of grandparents raising kids today and all of that. And that's totally fine. As long as, they're loved and it's a family unit. So I think that's great.
And if you look at what's going on in Oak Hill, there's a lot of things going on where kids are. I mean, okay, she just wants to talk to us.
Shut up, Siri.
Yeah, and so I mean, I hate to say it, but we live in that belt of drug addiction. What's really sad is that the sex trafficking busts have been right there in Oak Hill.
I'm just going to tell you, that freaks me out.
Yeah, and so
that's even a thing.
So our children are being bombarded by things that they don't need to be bombarded about. And I love to be able to put some normalcy. That's one reason we're doing Breakfast with Santa. Let's bring something that's not going to harm anybody.
Sure.
And it's free to you. It's available to you. And when you say, well, we just don't have anything going on. That's not true. We do have something going on.
Sure.
If you want something for your kids that's not going to put them in danger, this is the place to do that. So
we love that. And again, I think we failed to mention that this is the Liberty Baptist Church.
Yes, it's Liberty Baptist Church.
If you're wondering where we're talking about, can you tell everyone where the church is? So if they want to come to the free breakfast tomorrow, you don't necessarily have to be a member of the church, do you?
No.
You just want everyone to come.
The members of the church are doing this for you,
for the community.
Yeah, our church, they're benefiting from this too. But we want to. Our motto is to pursue Oak Hill, to make Oak Hill feel loved as much as possible. And so our church is right across the street from the elementary school. So if you go to the elementary school, you just go right up. It's about a half a block up. And we're across the street from the elementary school. So it's pretty easy to find. Our address is 232 North Bingham Street.
Okay.
And so if you want to Google that or you MapQuest it or whatever, I said MapQuest. MapQuest hasn't been a thing in a long time.
Oh,
probably.
I think it is still a thing.
Is it Map?
Yeah.
Okay. I just know it's Google or Maps. I didn't know if MapQuest was.
Yeah, it's good.
Do you still print it off?
No.
No. But yeah,
that's funny that you mentioned that. My husband and I are driving the other day, and I was like, how did we ever get anywhere before cell phones? And he was like, I don't know. I was like, I can remember my college roommate and I just getting in the car with a map and driving to Myrtle Beach on our own. And I'm like, how did we get there? Like, what did we do before these things?
I remember triptychs.
Yes, triptychs. You had the thing from AAA and you followed it. Yeah. It had like a binder.
Yeah. And then when you got off the track off of that, oh my gosh, you were like lost.
No, I just can't believe it. I guess you don't know what. I mean, that's how you got places. You followed maps.
Right.
Give a kid a map today. Good luck with that.
And how would we have ever functioned without the lady telling you turn right at the next light? I don't know how.
I don't know. So it's a blessing and a curse because you used to have to remember how to get places, and
Yeah.
now you don't.
Yeah.
You're just like, whatever, where I just go where she tells me to
Yeah.
go. Anyway, we digress, but that is funny that you brought that up.
Yeah.
And then when MapQuest came out, you had to print it out, but
Yeah.
that was still okay.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it told you exactly, and you read it in your own voice, and you told yourself to turn.
Yes.
Unless you were by yourself, and then that was difficult.
That was real bad.
Yeah.
That was the first distracted driving, folks.
yeah. So, but yeah. So everything we're doing tomorrow, it's from 9 until 11ish till we kind of run out of. We're hoping to run out of everything.
What kind of food are you going to have?
We're gonna have pancakes and sausage, and so the school has provided us milks and juice and all that. McDonald's has provided the syrup and butter and everything. So people are in. We have games. People have invested in this, and it's really awesome. And we're excited about what's going to happen. So,
all right,
we hope to. Everybody's invited. You don't have to be from Oak Hill. Jackson, Wellston, wherever you're from, come on out.
Free breakfast.
Come out, get free breakfast, get your kids' pictures taken. Grandparents, bring your grandchildren. Neighbors, bring your neighbors' kids if they'll let you. Whatever.
We don't care. Just bring the kids and have fun.
Bring the kids, have fun. And I wish that Santa would have been here today and you could have saw him. He's excited.
That's all right. He scares me.
Yeah,
because sometimes I'm naughty.
He was pretty nervous. This is one of the first times that he's going to be Santa Claus, so he's kind of nervous. But it's going to be awesome. So and
it'll be great.
It'll be great.
It'll
and
be
so
yes.
I'm going to step out and I'll let you talk to her. Thank you for letting
Pastor.
us. And we appreciate you letting us do this.
Okay?
Okay?
Oh, we love to have you here.
Okay.
So very good.
And so I will see y'all later.
Okay.
Swap here.
Cheers.
Pastor Bucky there, and of course his sweet son Joel, and we appreciate you both for stopping by. Hi. Well, welcome.
Thank you. I have to say I was this was an unexpected thing for me because, it was just yesterday's meeting. I was talking and at a Spark meeting, and the next thing I know, it's like, well, just come by. We'll discuss this. And it's like, I kind of ended up planning my day of being on radio and TV, and it was like it was a surprise. So happy Friday morning!
Yeah, absolutely. And you look lovely, and you have the coolest glasses on the planet. So they are so neat. So tell everyone who you are, and I know we've touched on a little bit of this, but we'll get a little bit more in detail if you would.
So I'm Shannon Dalton. I'm the community programming coordinator for the Gallia Jackson Megs Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Board. That is a mouthful, but you know. I'm used to it now. It's been a couple years growing, and so I'm actually here talking about Jackson County Spark, the Substance Abuse Prevention Addiction Resource Council. And of course, our other partners that are in on the Talk They Hear You campaign is the Gallia County Citizens for Prevention and Recovery and Meigs County Prevention Coalition.
Okay, so a lot of groups working together for the same cause.
Yes.
And that's wonderful.
Yes, we're all of these organizations are what we are is coalitions. So it's community-led, community-driven. We all come together. You have agencies, you have faith-based, you've got businesses, you've got concerned citizens. We all come together to address an issue. And so this across all three counties, substance abuse, addiction support. We've even got things like suicide prevention, anti-human trafficking.
Which I still cannot believe that's a thing, but anyway, it is.
Well, we have a group that actually works on bringing education to schools in the area, or schools to community members and all that. So that's something we can talk about another time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we all came together. We have a grant that we got through the ADAMH board, and basically it was to promote the SAMHSA Talk They Hear You campaign. And it's, I can sit here and say it's evidence-based. So it's, everything through SAMHSA is evidence-based. So it is proven to work and be effective. And one of the things that we thought, because we know that, we see a lot of parents, like, we don't know how to talk to our kids.
Sure. And I get that. Like I said earlier, there's parents that talk to their kids about everything, and it's just the way it's the culture of the household. And then there's other parents that are like, oh God, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Don't know where to start. So that's where you come in.
Yeah.
And the whole point is you need to talk to kids about this stuff. How do you talk to kids about human trafficking and all of this stuff and not terrify them though? Like, and that's where you come in as well. Like, I mean, that's some scary stuff.
So we're actually rather blessed to have some partners that we know of, and one person that I know that is sort of she is an expert. It's Dr. Christy Bartman. She is with Eyes Up Appalachia. So they have some great resources and materials that they have provided, and that are the Anti-Human Trafficking Collaborative has partnered with. And we actually have tip cards and fact sheets that show how human trafficking can look like early on. So like on a cell phone, because a lot of that can start
like online
and on cell phones, and they may not realize that. It's that they've talked about things like sugar daddies. That's like, oh, I'll give you this. And it's...
and I think we all heard the story, and that's not necessarily the case here, but it hits you home when, the case of the little girl that was, taken by the FedEx driver out in Texas and killed. And you think, what? Like, that is the most random thing. So it's like, you need to talk to your kids about this stuff, not scare them to death, but have that conversation that it's possible.
Yeah. And really it's just letting your kids know that you do care about them and that you are invested in them, that you are concerned about them, that they should feel comfortable to come and talk to you about anything that you have. If you show them that you care about their health, their wellness, and just their little successes, celebrate the little things. If they got a C and they're a D student, celebrate that.
There was a Roseanne episode about that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Darlene got a B or a C or something, and they all had a party.
They all had a party. And, you celebrate that, but
love that.
Just be. One of the big things is we have so much information out there. It's good, it's bad, but we can, as parents, as community members, I mean, even if you're not a parent, but a kid, you can still have that conversation. You can be that role model. You can be that influencer.
So, and I'm so glad that you said that, because, there have been, I don't have kids myself, but there have been kids that I've encountered in my life to where I like to be, and we joke about it. I joke about it with my niece, cool Aunt Jen. But cool Aunt Jen was somebody that they could come talk to about something that might have been a little uncomfortable with the parents, or advice on how to approach the parents, or whatever. And it's so good to have, doesn't matter who the person is, I guess. Parents are ideal.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great to just have that person that is invested in your welfare.
Yeah.
And to know that you have that person that you could call anytime.
Yeah.
And some of the stories are rotten, and some of the stories are great, and some of the stories aren't so great.
Right.
But you're there for that person. Yeah.
And really, that's in the heart of things. That's what matters. That's probably one of the biggest things of prevention that you can do, is just being there, being willing to listen.
Yeah.
And spending time. Spending time is a huge thing. And that is part of the reason why we also want to incorporate family game night as part of our SAMHSA, as part of our community efforts for just family wholesome, good things. Just, I remember when I was, during the holidays or any family gathering, game nights, I still remember those games. I still remember playing those games. In fact, one of my big ones, Yahtzee.
Love Yahtzee. So we used to get together in college and we'd play Yahtzee. And I mean, it was, again, same thing. You're chatting about this, that, and the other while you're playing. And
oh yeah, I
so fun.
I have memories from my childhood where we had my it was
Yahtzee.
my grandmother, my great grandmother, and we would have all sorts of stories going around. So it was not just there were opportunities to have those conversations that you could work in as somebody could be talking about their story that, it was about drinking, but you can turn that into, this is why you don't do it. There are
This is what happened to
consequences.
me, and
There are
don't do that.
consequences.
Yes, absolutely. And it kind of, I guess, breaks the ice,
Yeah, it
if you will,
does.
the games, because it's fun while
Yeah.
you're talking.
Yeah.
And the holidays are a perfect time to do that because you have more people around you than you normally would.
You do. You
Yeah.
do. And like I said, you know, a lot of my memories are just from those game nights.
Yes. Yep. And that's
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah.
And, you know, like some game, like they were talking about Monopoly.
Monopoly.
Monopoly tends to cause like divorces and things. So
Yeah.
like,
Anything that was, I mean,
super
granted,
competitive stuff.
yeah. And in my family, you know, Risk was a big one. But, you know, but it doesn't mean that those games are bad. It's just be prepared to, you know, mitigate family.
Mitigate. I like that.
or handle that. I don't know. Maybe it's experience in de-escalating a situation.
There you
in your
go.
household.
We're looking at that in a positive manner. Yes.
It's just practice on how to reduce things. But I had the pleasure of trying to come up with a bunch of games that we could. So I've like Uno. I didn't even know that there was Uno Junior that you can play with 3-year-olds.
Oh no, I didn't know that either.
So I managed to get one of those.
Nice.
So we have a variety of games. So it's like from ages 3 on up to 99. Actually, one of the ones that I had seen was All of Us, the trivia game for generations to play together. It's from the creators of What Do You Meme, and it's for 12 and up, but it was just like, you get to learn about everyone in their generation. I just loved it. It's
awesome.
Kind of like, and there's other games I have that are similar to Apples to Apples or Cards Against Humanity.
Cards Against Humanity is a hoot.
But that's not appropriate necessarily for all ages.
Yeah. maybe for the adult get together.
The adult get together. But there's kid versions of that too. So I think it was Kids Against Kids, or I don't remember what one of them is, but
look for the kid version if you have
kids. Look for the
kids
kid versions.
Yeah. But Connect 4, like that's one of my faves. You know, all of those.
Don't Break the Ice.
Candyland, Shoots and Ladders. I would love Candyland. Love it. And Shoots and Ladders. And I can remember playing the little memory game where it had did you play the little cards that you flipped over and then you had to match them and remember where they were?
What was the one where you had the picture of the people and you had to match who it was, like who your other person was?
Oh,
I don't remember the name. I don't remember the name of that.
There's
one.
all those games.
Guess Who?
Guess Who?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Guess Who? Battleship.
Yeah, Battleship. Actually played the Battleship that wasn't the digital one, where you actually had to
put the pins in.
Yes. So all of those, they're fun.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, they're memory makers. I mean, it may not seem like it's a big deal, but really, I mean, it's all about that time.
Yes,
it really is. I mean, I look forward to every holiday, even with my parents and my family. I've just got a new game, Ticket to Ride.
Okay,
it's not quite Risk, but it's a strategy game, but it was really fun, you know. And you have a little bit of competition, but it's not like you're battling anybody. It's just that silent competition, silent sort of thing. But my parents, my sister, my nieces, they love it. You know, it's just family game night. You almost need to just make it as part of your regular family tradition moving forward.
Absolutely. So you bought these games and you are partnering with the pastor and he will have some of your games at the church. So if you come for the Breakfast with Santa tomorrow, you can pick something up.
Yeah, and along with those games are, you know, resources and information. Actually, you have a sticker on there. It talks about family game night on there.
Oh, you do?
And it has the it has the website to go to, or if you're not website savvy, it even has the QR code.
Hey.
So if you just want to scan the QR code.
We can all scan that.
Everyone can scan that. So it can take you to the Talk They Hear You resources. And of course, you know, It also has information on Jackson County Spark
Okay.
and how to follow us and get in touch with us. And then, of course, the other thing is just information on the ADAMH board that we
Okay.
have. So it has our website and our Facebook page information. And on the back, one of the additional things that we've added on our general business postcard is information on the difference between 911 and 988.
Okay. And 988 is kind of a relatively new
Yes.
number that you could call. You want to talk about that for a minute while you're here?
Sure, I can talk about it briefly. I know that we still have our active crisis line number, and oh my gosh, I have like totally blanked on what it is.
Which is why we have 988 for that very reason.
For that very reason. But what 988 is it is for a person who is in a mental health or addiction crisis. They can call 988, and so if you're just feeling, upset, if you're feeling it provides that little bit of intervention, somebody that can listen.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that you're going to have the squad or anybody like that. It's just somebody that will be there to listen, help you walk through that moment of crisis, and provide you, some of the examples that we have on the card as to what to expect is to have a trained professional answer the call. They'll ask you to describe their crisis, and then they'll just assist you and maybe link you to care if it is necessary. But a lot of times people just need someone to talk to.
Sure.
And the other resource that I know that they didn't know about over on the radio was the crisis text line. And that is, so not everybody is comfortable necessarily calling. So for a lot of folks out there, texting is an option. So you can text 4HOPE to 741-741, and that will connect you with somebody that you can text and have a conversation with, and they'll help you during that time. But they're all trained professionals.
Okay. And that's the whole thing is, someone on the other line is there just as a 911 operator would be there to help you in an emergency situation. Mm-hmm. This is kind of the emergency, whether it be mental health or addiction situation.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
So it's very, very important that you all know that there is someone out there for you.
Yeah. And, you've heard it, and it's just that comment. It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah,
it really is.
I literally think if there's anything that's come out of this stupid pandemic in which we've all tried to survive, it's that fact that we should be able to talk about not being okay.
Yeah. And
realizing that there's a lot of people not okay, and that's fine. You can talk about it.
And because of this, people are starting to have more understanding and more compassion for others and empathy. And those are big things. And,
huge.
Everyone is valuable. Last year we ran a campaign, Your Presence is a Present, and that's still very true.
Love that.
And, everyone out there should know that their presence is a present. You don't know what you may say one day could impact and save somebody else.
Sure, absolutely.
Just being that listening ear. I've been there. And it's hard to help get a friend. It can be awkward. It can be uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, you could have saved somebody's life.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. Or help them make maybe a major life decision and you've influenced it, and you may never know that you did, but that's okay too.
Yeah, it's perfectly okay.
Yep. So, which goes back to your campaign that you all are doing now, which is, parents, loved ones, talk to the kids. I love the commercial. When I first saw it, I was like, what? And then I was like, okay, I get it. Because it's like the girl leaving the house and the dad being like, and then him saying, well, sit down for a minute. Let's talk about where you're going, who's going to be there.
Yeah.
That's great.
It was probably, our committee, when we were trying to figure out which of the many wonderful advertising campaigns, we just loved that there were choices right there that those moments changed that course.
Yes.
And how her outcomes were.
Yes.
And I just loved how it showed that example, because really it does matter. I sit here and think, it's like all the times that my parents asked me about stuff, and I remember being
and you're just like,
uncomfortable and irritated. But
God,
you know what?
Mom.
It had a purpose.
Yeah.
It had a purpose. And so do not dismiss the, hey, digging into your child's business and saying, hey, where are you going?
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be there? Because, it just makes them aware that you care.
Sure. Absolutely. And having those conversations with kids and again, whether it's your parent, it's a parent or an aunt or grandparent or friend or whatever, have that discussion with the kids, because, you've lived your life as an adult, you've lived and you get things and you're a little wiser and you assume that they are too, and they're not.
Yeah.
And they haven't experienced a lot of things.
I think sometimes we forget that they're not adults.
Yes.
But we want them to be.
It's like, I know that you're going to go out and do things. Like, if you don't, that would be disappointing. But like, do things in a smart, responsible manner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's how to set yourself up for success here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
As a kid, I'm not going to be so naive as to think that you're not going to do anything wrong ever.
Right.
So let's talk about it.
Yes. And vaping has been one of those big things.
My goodness. I told the story here on the air. Like, Jamie and I were at a little diner in Cincinnati, and the kid that when I walked in, he took my name down, and he was just the sweetest kid. He was telling me how he was getting ready to go to his prom that day and whatever. And so we were on a wait. And when we got back, he's standing outside just going to town on this vape pen. And I'm like, you just told me you're going to your prom. And he said, yeah. I said, well, what are you doing sucking on that thing? And he was like, oh, I'm just addicted. And I was like, kid.
He just said that he's addicted.
Yes. I'm like, what in the world? He was the sweetest, nicest kid. I'm like, what are you doing? And I gave him like the whole like nice mother sermon.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm like, look at you. You are so handsome. You are going to your prom. You have your whole life in front of you. Stop that.
Well, and the thing is, they're still they're still seeing, they don't know what all the impacts is from, vaping devices. And I know that there are people that are out there and there are businesses that are out there that do this. And I get that.
Absolutely.
And it's not that,
I own a brewery.
Issue.
We sell alcohol. It's
right.
Things can be problematic.
But there are ways to be responsible. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's been targeting kids, when it comes to vaping. And I can tell you that in one of our other counties, we have third graders.
No.
That are vaping.
No.
Yes.
Like, how do they even get it?
And I've heard this across the state. Well, so sometimes, I can sit here and say that there have been parents that have actually provided it for their children to sell.
Oh, super.
But there has also been where, the kids are using their parents' devices, or they've taken one,
or brother or sister,
or sister. Yeah. There's also, a lot of times, sometimes it's really the big part, the heart of it is the lack of education, lack of understanding of how vaping impacts. And, a lot of people say, oh, it relaxes me. Actually, it's
a stimulant.
It's a stimulant, and it actually invokes anxiety and another thing.
Yeah.
So like our young people that have been chronically using vapes, they wake up periodically throughout the night hitting on that. This is where, when you smoke, you wake up in the morning and you might have one, but we're talking kiddos that are waking up, they're having their sleep disrupted because they need to take that hit.
Oh my gosh.
And so they're not getting complete sleep. They're not getting a good rest. But, in some cases, there are families who think that this is the way that they can help their kids cope. So it's, again, not having the understanding of good coping skills, good ways to manage things like stress. There are so many things out there, so many simple things. Going out for a walk.
Yes.
Putting the phone down for a period of time, because social media, all the stuff that we have on the internet, it is overwhelming. It's actually
is.
overstimulating.
And it is stressful. And I'll be honest, people on their phones all the time stress me out.
Yes.
Like, family members or whatever, you're like, just freaking, we're watching a movie, set it down. Oh my God,
and
you're
that is
driving me
where,
crazy.
with the family game night,
Yes.
make everybody put away their phones.
Yeah.
Don't have the phones on the table. Have it focused on the game.
If somebody needs to get a hold of you, they're going to get a hold of you somehow. So,
Well, I mean, I remember growing up with that one, because I was growing up before cell phones.
yeah.
And if
We
you
all
didn't-
survived it.
Well, if you didn't return a call, if you didn't return a call that day, people didn't freak out.
No. Or immediately send a message back.
Yeah.
Like,
You or want to call 911.
you're right.
It's just amazing how things have changed.
It is. And even parents knowing exactly where their kids are and whatever, which is not a bad thing to know where your kids are. Obviously, it's a good thing,
Yes.
but just like give them some space a little bit too.
Yeah.
Like if they're not home at 1 past, like, okay, don't text. It's fine. We'll all survive this, but no, I think what you're doing is great. I think this campaign is wonderful. And I love that there are resources to help, the parents or the loved ones start the conversation, because that's hard.
It is. I mean,
no one wants to have the sex conversation, and nobody wants to have the drinking conversation with their own kid.
No, but it's when you can find the way to have it in a way that makes you comfortable, and like I mentioned with the app, you can even practice.
Yes, with the app.
With the app, there's they from what I recalled seeing that there's simulations, so you can practice. You can practice. Sometimes we have to do that. I mean, I know that
Sure,
I've had to rehearse things.
Yeah, it's good. It makes you it makes you better. So yeah. Well, very cool. This is such a good campaign. So you have the board games, and they will be at the church tomorrow for the Breakfast of Santa and all that at the Liberty Baptist Church in Oak Hill. So everybody's invited. But do you have them somewhere else that people could pick up?
I have some that'll be here, I think, between the radio and you guys, that you're going to be able to give some away.
What?
Yeah.
You brought us games?
Yes, I brought you some games.
Yes.
Not a lot, but it's what we have. So we're hoping that this will be something that we can continue, if we're able to get funding for and to be able to maintain this.
That is wonderful. And nothing wrong with some cards or board games or anything like that, because it's a really good thing to do with family.
It is.
Yep.
A lot of good memories.
A lot of good memories, yeah. Very good. All right. Well, is there anything else you wanted to chat about today?
No, but I'm pretty sure that I can come in again and talk about some other things.
Love that.
There's always stuff that we have going on, not just with the board, but with the coalitions. There's just even, things like different awareness months over the year. So
yes. So please come back. You're just a doll, and we just love to have you here. So yes, come back and talk with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And the guys at the radio, even though they're a little bit rough around the edges, they're awful sweet and would love to have you back too.
Well, I definitely will take you up on that offer.
Okay, very, very good.
Thank you.
So again, our friend Shannon Dalton, and you will be back sometime. We'll talk about some other things.
Sounds great.
Okay, and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you too. And
Thank
if I
you.
don't see you, Happy New Year.
Yep, all of that.
All of that.
All the Marys and Happies.
All the Marys and Happies.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, I know that you're wondering what your weekend weather forecast is going to look like, because is it ever going to stop raining is the question of the day. And well, hopefully, if our weather forecast is correct, we have that rain moving out today, and hopefully some partly cloudy skies through the beginning of your work week up until Tuesday. So still mild temperatures, highs today of 53, lows of 42. And that's what the old man was talking about the other day. If you can keep those lows not getting down so cold, that's a pretty good thing. Tomorrow and Saturday looks lovely. Partly cloudy skies, highs of 53, lows of 42. Sunday about the same, 51, 34, and then beginning of your work week, mid 40s. So no rain so far in the forecast until your hump day Wednesday. So hopefully things will get dried out a little bit. I'm ready for the rain to pass on, and that would be fantastic. So all right, Dylan, let's talk for a minute about your big weekend coming up.
Kid Kringle, Saturday and Sunday.
Kid Kringle, Saturday, Sunday at the Marquee. What are the times?
I believe Saturday is at 7 and Sunday is at 3.
That's right. And this is the Marquee's first. Hi, Brittany. I'm just talking to myself. Brittany looked in. She's like, what's going on? My guest left. So do you want to come in and be on the show with me? Our sweet Brittany just walked by. So here we go. We were talking about Kid Kringle. And since you are involved with the Marquee, you could chat about that.
Yeah, I've actually seen Kid Kringle.
You have?
Yes.
So tell our viewers.
Opening night.
You actually said, and this is not anything in a negative manner, but you said you were like really pleasantly surprised by Kid Kringle.
I was. I wasn't really sure what to expect.
Because it's all kid run.
Yeah, and but the kids brought it. They projected. Their singing was
you were
good.
like, they sang so well.
I know as a kid, I would never have been able to set foot on a stage and even attempt.
As an adult, I still couldn't do that.
Yeah,
probably.
it's not singing.
No,
none
of that.
But yeah, no. So I mean, go see it.
Kid
Support
Kringle.
these kids.
That's right. And if you're a kid yourself, you can call and get free tickets.
Yeah, up to 18 years of age. All you have to do is call. No kid will be turned away. I think adult pre-sale tickets are $15, and I think they're $17 at the door.
Yes.
So, like, it's almost Christmas. This is a Christmas play this weekend.
And the
Get
kids
you some
want
hot
support.
cocoa. Go look at the tree lights, and then go look.
Go see Kid Kringle.
Yeah, go see Kid Kringle.
And our sweet Dylan is directing this thing. So you got to support him too.
So I've been doing a lot that I can to get the word out and advertise it. And one time we were on the float for the Christmas parade, and we were just like passing out flyers and stuff. And we ran out of flyers, and me and my friend Corbin, who's the elf that was in here, Godzook, we weren't sure what to do. We're like, we're out of flyers. What do we do? And I was like, well, if I had an Apple device, I would airdrop, but I don't have one. He's like, I have an Apple device, but I don't have Wi-Fi. And I was like, I have a hotspot. So we teamed up and he airdropped the flyer to every Apple device nearby. And one of them was Jeremiah.
That's so good.
I mean,
technology at its finest. That's good outside the box thinking. Proud of you.
Yeah, I would have
never thought of that.
I've been like, oh man,
dang, I'm out of
we're
flyers.
out of flyers.
Yeah, that was a good one.
What was it Jeremiah said about it?
My friend titled his phone as Your Mom. So he
So
got
everyone's getting airdrop from your mom.
From your mom. Love that.
That's too funny.
Oh my God. Well, while you're all here, I have some trivia. Do you guys want to do trivia?
Ooh. Yes.
James, are you in?
I'm in.
Come on over, James. See how much you guys know about some of these Christmas movies. All right. I got to find my sheet, though. Here we go. All right. Do you guys want to do Elf or Vacation or Grinch?
Any and all.
Okay. We'll start with Elf then. These are pretty easy. Which city does Buddy travel to find his dad?
New York City.
Very good, James.
Beat you.
Way to go. I'm real slow, so.
Oh, should we buzz in?
I don't know.
You guys can buzz. Okay. How did Buddy get to the North Pole as a baby?
Santa Claus.
Oh, Dylan,
but how did he get
crawled,
there?
He crawled in Santa's bag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. What is the name of Buddy's half-brother?
Oh, I don't remember him having a brother.
It's the little kid, right?
The little kid in the movie.
Oh. No, I don't remember that part of the movie
I'm just
at
gonna
all.
go with Landon.
Michael.
Michael.
That's not.
I don't remember. I don't remember him
You
having a
win
little
because
brother.
you at least remember there's a brother. There's a kid in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Remember
remember
they get
that
the
part.
snowball fight and all that? No. Okay.
Yeah, sure. I got the other two. Well, I got
You
one
did.
of them
You
right.
did good.
Two of them. Huh?
All right. Why does Santa's sleigh crash in Central Park?
Because
Brittany.
It ran out of Christmas spirit.
Very good. Good job.
And I think a muffler issue.
a muffler issue.
Something like that too. What song do people sing to raise the amount of Christmas spirit to get the sleigh flying again?
Is it Santa Claus is coming to town?
Yes. Okay. Did you have that one, Dylan? Okay.
Dylan didn't know.
Which toy does Buddy not like?
Slinky? No. This is a Jack in a Box.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. Let's see. Oh, here's a hard one. What department store does Buddy get a job at? What's the name of that department store?
Oh, I got that. The North Pole.
No.
No, like seriously, that's like the North Pole Mall, right?
No.
Oh man.
Nice try. Any clue?
Sears?
Gimbals.
Gimbals, okay.
Okay, and last but not least, let's see if you guys know this. What are the 4 main food groups for elves?
Candy. Candy canes. Chocolate?
Nope.
No.
Syrup, I know, is one of them.
Yes.
It's syrup. It's not. Okay, I was thinking chocolate syrup.
No.
Candy cane, syrup, and
Candy corn?
Yes,
corn.
Dylan
Okay.
got it. Candy corn. Yep. Candy corn, candy canes, and syrup. All right, there you go. Okay. We have a few minutes left. Vacation. We're moving on.
Okay, moving on.
Okay. Do you know
Dylan?
this one, Dylan?
I know nothing about this.
AMC, it plays it like
Where's
every
the
day,
Tylenol?
3 times a day.
I can't say the rest of it. Hallelujah. Where's the Tylenol? There's some more stuff. Which city do the Griswolds live near?
Chicago.
Very good. What is the name of Clark's boss?
Oh, I don't remember the boss's name.
I just watched this last
Yeah.
night.
I know, right?
And I still.
You'll know it when I tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the boss's name.
Boss. Frank Shirley.
Yeah, I would not have gotten that.
Greaseball.
That dude's hilarious that plays the boss, though.
He is. Yes. I love it. It took me like 20 times to watch that movie before I realized, like, when Clark brings in the gift.
Yeah, there's just a table
it's
full of all the other
same
gifts.
gift wrapped. Exactly. They're all
Over
the
there
same
with the
gift.
rest of them.
Give me somebody. Anybody. I don't
Anybody.
care. Okay. What does Clark forget to bring when the family goes to cut their own Christmas tree?
A saw or an axe.
Very good. Yeah. Instead of cash, what does Clark's boss give him as a Christmas bonus?
The Jelly of the Month Club.
Yes. It's a gift that keeps giving the
That-
whole
there's the gift that
year.
keeps on giving the whole year, Clark.
Yes. Oh, this one's tough. I don't think I would have gotten this. Which magazine is Clark trying to read with his sticky fingers in bed?
Oh, is it?
Oh, it's People Magazine.
Good job. Yeah.
I knew it was a classic magazine.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was really funny.
James, I know you know this because we just talked about this. It
Okay.
was probably yesterday. Who
Yeah.
plays Rusty in the film?
Oh, Jim Galicki.
Johnny Galicki.
Johnny
yeah.
Galicki.
Yep. Okay. I think I would have gotten this one. Clark wears a navy blue baseball cap that represents which NFL team?
Chicago Bears.
Very good.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Doubles. The Bears. The Bears. The Bears. The Bears. Doubles. Doubles.
Oh, God. Here he goes again.
Dylan didn't bring the banana suit back.
Thank God. Dylan, don't ever bring that banana suit back in here
Do it.
again.
Do it.
Yeah. Okay. Who plays Cousin Eddie?
What is his name? Gosh, I can't believe I'm blanking on his name.
I know.
What? You guys
Oh
don't
my
know?
gosh.
Stop.
I know his
Hold on.
name, but you just blank.
You're
I'm
hurting my
blanking
brain.
on it.
Stop.
Gosh.
It's like right there.
Oh. Everyone is like at home yelling it.
Rrrr.
Oh my God. Why am I Randy Quaid?
Thank you. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
You were starting to stress me out a little bit. I'm starting to itch. Okay. Who tosses a match in the storm drain causing an explosion?
Oh, it's the old man. I don't remember his name.
Great uncle.
Uncle Lewis.
Uncle Lewis.
On which day does the movie end?
I mean, it's Christmas Eve, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Good job. Okay.
Nice work.
Thanks, Brittany.
What'd you say?
She said nice work.
Brittany's like, God, I didn't know I was going to. You were just walking down she's just walking down the hallway. I'm like, you can come in, talk to me. I'm sitting by myself. All right. We'll save the Grinch for another day.
All right.
All right. Because it is 10 o'clock. It is time for us to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
We hope that you all enjoyed the program.
Yeah.
Thanks to Pastor Bucky for coming in. Don't forget Liberty Baptist
Free
Church.
breakfast with Santa.
Free breakfast with Santa. Free picture. You get your picture taken with Santa. And then you can check out that toy and clothing thing that they have where you can pick up things for free as well. And that's all in Oak Hill tomorrow starting
Liberty
at
Baptist Church.
9, I think.
9, yeah.
Yes. 9 to 11-ish.
Ish. Till they run out. Get there early because they probably will run out of food.
Pancakes, sausage.
Yeah.
Good deal. All right. What are you guys doing this weekend? Anybody doing anything fun?
I am. My niece and nephew are coming to visit. Yeah.
Good.
Gonna party.
Yeah.
Might go to breakfast with Santa.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Oh, tomorrow in Columbus from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Is the Merry Krampus event. Where
And
it's
you're
like
playing the Krampus, right?
I wish. Yeah.
What
it's
is
a
the Merry
vendor.
Krampus event?
It's like a vendor fair. Lots of artists. Matt Wilson is setting up tomorrow, so we're gonna be there.
Okay.
It's at Strongwater. You can look it up on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's the Merry Krampus. It's really cool.
Is Strongwater the one beside the the Clippers Stadium?
I don't know.
Where is it? You don't know.
Brittany's like, it's
I've
in
only
Columbus.
been there like once, twice maybe, but like it's been so
It's in
long.
Central
it's pre-pandemic.
Ohio.
Anything prior to the pandemic, I don't know if I remember it.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, Strongwater, I know is what it's called. So if you type that into your little GPS,
Yeah, you'll get there.
you'll get there.
Also, go see Kid Kringle this weekend. Tomorrow night at 7, Sunday at
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So you can do that. I have no football to watch, so I have no idea what I'm going to do this weekend.
Kid Kringle.
Kid Kringle.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sounds good. Probably chase a puppy around the house
It's a full-time job.
24/7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's a good thing she's cute. All right. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be right back here on Monday, probably with some news with Pete Wilson. So until then, be safe. Have a great weekend. Bye.
That was my turbo man.
This just in. The Telegram News has a new website.
thetelegramnews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, thetelegramnews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
thetelegramnews.com.
Subscribe today at thetelegramnews.com.
Check it out.